One Piece. From the beginning of Grand Line to episode 444. Well, sorry if the title's a bit misleading, but I assume the people that watch One Piece already have seen, you know, the first, at least up to Grand Line. That's what made you, keep watching One Piece. That's why, I thought it would be kind of a waste of a time to touch on, before, what's it called? Grand Line. Well, as you guys can tell already, I'm doing this all improv off the top of my head. Well, first things first, I really think we should stop at, this picture. Right here. Recognize some of these characters? You know? In the middle, we have our good old friend, Croc, the Pirate King. The previous one, I should say. By the way, those of you who've seen episodes past this, past 444, you can, tell me my mistakes. And those of you who, anybody, anyone can tell me any things I left out. Anyway, these are the characters you should know by now. Okay? Well, obviously, except these guys. Personally, I don't know those guys. Okay? All I know is everybody else. We have all of the 7 Shichibukais right here. We have our friend Gecko Maria, who, by the way, has been defeated recently, and yet Luffy's bounty never raised. Well, that one, again, it's an arguable statement. I have a reason why I think it was never raised. I think it was because, what's it called? I think it's because, well, even they showed a scene with Garp, Luffy's grandfather, and he was talking to Sengoku, which, by the way, is this guy. Okay? Anyway, I think the reason is that, he said that, my grandson's not going to go brag to everybody. Okay? Well, I don't want to get too much detail on that. I got to show you a video for this video to be less boring. Well, continue. We have another Shichibukai. Shichibukai means warlord. We probably knew that. Okay, moving on. Well, actually no. Oh wait, you don't know much about Shichibukai. Actually, you did meet Hawkeye, so he's pretty self-explanatory. To be honest, you don't see him again. So after they go to Grand Line, I personally don't remember. So you don't see him. You see him at the restaurant. That's it. Which brings our first defeat of Zoro. And then we have Boa Hancock, which currently right now is in love with Luffy. I don't know where's that gonna go. Oh god. Oh, that was a coincidence what I just touched. Anyway, we have Blackbeard, who recently has defeated Ace, and Ace is in prison. So if you're in episode 404, you see by now they're transferring Ace. I don't know what's gonna happen. And then we have our good old friend Jinbei, who just also recently is in prison, and they're escaping. Oh, sorry, I skipped Kuma. Kuma, well, you saw him after the fight with Gecko Maria. He did he spared their lives. That was a pretty big move. But again, that's one of my favorite scenes. Zoro actually did a huge sacrifice. Instead of letting him take Luffy. So, that was pretty admirable. So, moving on, we have, this guy, Flamingo guy. You see him after Grand Line. He makes one of his own minions kill each other. But, he seems pretty tough. Controlling people. And his bounty seemed pretty high. Oh, sorry, I didn't record his bounty. Like I said, this is all just top of my head. And who else do we have? We did Hawkeye, Kuma, yep, well, that's pretty much it. So far, this war that's actually has already begun. It's the Marines, the 3 admirals, and the 7 Shichibukais versus just the Whitebeard pirates. The Whitebeard pirates, how many of them are in this picture? 2, him and Ace, leader of the 1st Division. And what I like about this picture, it made a triangle of Luffy's family. We have Luffy's father, whom again, not a lot is known. All we know, he's the most wanted man alive. And we have his grandfather, who's a marine, who's a vice admiral, pretty high title, and he's a hero to the Marine. So, he actually has a lot of power. In front of the Marines, in front of Sengoku, who's I think one of the highest Marines. Well, I don't know, in a future episode we might find something higher, but in front of him, he was like, oh, my grandson, you know, oh, he's so good and stuff. But, you know, normally a Marine, you can't praise a pirate, and he had the balls to do it. And then, so moving on to the triangle, we have Luffy's brother, Ace, who's the leader of Whitebeard's 2nd Division. So you see, Luffy has a crazy family, and powerful. Like, look at that. His father is a revolutionary, his grandfather is a Marine, and his brother is a pirate. And all of these guys have pretty high titles. Revolutionary, this guy's the most wanted man alive. This guy is, what's it called? The leader of the current strongest pirate in the world. And, well, this guy's top 5 most powerful, or top 7 most powerful Marine underworld. And they'll triangle around Whitebeard, current powerful guy. And again, what I like about this picture, Whitebeard is under the Pirate King himself. And then under all these guys, like I don't know, this picture, oh my god, please, if someone finds where this picture, please tell me where. I don't know what site I found this picture from, but the artist was a genius. Look at the line. Like, look at that. That's beautiful. This hints towards something. Because I know the person who drew this picture is currently in episode 500 something. And I don't even know who drew this picture. Oh my god. Well, moving on, we have the Marines. Okay, not a lot about known as these 3, these 5 actually, but Master Sengoku, the head of the 3 admirals, and the admirals are insanely strong. They make the Shichibukai look like pussies, and Shichibukai are super strong. And for some reason, well actually, for obvious reason, we have Smoker, because Smoker is not an admiral, he's not a vice admiral either, but he's still in this picture because he's, first of all, main character. Second of all, he's pretty powerful dude. He was the first guy to beat a Luffy. Like, I paid attention, and I noticed in the 500 episodes, what's it called? Smoker actually, was the first one to beat Luffy. Like, every time Luffy picked a fight with somebody, Luffy would win. Okay? But, like, Smoker was the first guy that actually kicked his ass. Although some people argued that, oh no, in that fight Luffy was running away. I personally don't think so. I'm pretty sure Luffy would have lost either way. Okay? And yeah, spoiler alert, that's the fight before that. Actually, in Log Time, you see Luffy's dad and you didn't notice. Holy crap, that was amazing. Like, when I saw Luffy's dad, I was like, wow. I was like, that's his dad? Damn. Okay, moving on. We have our 9 Straw Hat members. I don't need to explain them. You know, Luffy, Captain, and you know everyone else's job. But one thing interesting about this picture, you see Usopp. Oh, by the way, Chopper's right here. If you can't see him, just in case. Where's Frankie? Oh, Frankie. Okay. Usopp, actually, by the way, he's not my favorite character, but I don't hate him. Actually, none of these guys I hate, honestly. But Usopp, he has the mask of Sogeking, and something interesting happened with that. When you were in the world's biggest pirate ship, the world's biggest ship, Gecko Maria's, he was fighting somebody, he was losing, and suddenly he puts on the mask and goes crazy mode. And we have Sanji having his Diablo leg, Luffy having his 2nd and 3rd gear, and Zoro having his Asura. Okay, which this is like their upgrade or Super Saiyan. I like to use the word Super Saiyan, even though that's not what it's called. I just because that was Super Saiyan is the first thing that I learned that someone powers up. Anyway, I feel like that could be his Super Saiyan or something like that. It didn't make him stronger, but the confidence it gave him, I don't know. And oh yeah, Chopper's is the 3 Rumble Balls, but then again, that's technically uncontrolled. Anyway, moving on. We also have the 11 Supernovas in this picture. 11 Supernovas were rookies, just like Luffy, who started from, somewhere, anywhere. There's there was 7 paths or 8 paths you could have taken on the Grand Line, and each of them took their own path and they made it to the end, right? And well, let's see who we have. Names, I honestly have no idea. These guys lost pretty quickly. So this guy is like some music dude. This girl can do some, what's it called? She can change age and make you young or something. And then this guy's like, oh yeah, Francis. So he was a Marine or something. And then these are all captains, by the way. This guy has some doll powers. And okay, these 2, I remember for obviously because you saw these 2 had actually met Luffy, and these 2 actually made a bigger impression on me than everybody else did, including Killer. This is what's his name? Law. He has bounty over 200 million. By the way, the supernovas are 11 guys who have bounty over 100 million. You know, this guy's Law. He's pretty cool. And then Kid, he has bounty higher than Luffy, which is 315, I believe. And Killer, I forgot his bounty, but I know it's over 100. And also two of the supernovas that we already know are Luffy and Zoro, which both of them have bounties over 300 million. I'm sorry, 100 million. But yeah, so first place we have this guy, second place is him, and I don't know if he's third place or not, but I know that out of the 11 supernovas, he has the highest bounty, and he has the second highest bounty. And Killer is not, see, Zoro and Killer are the only members of the 11 supernovas that are not captains. So these two, we gotta watch out for them. And then him, he has some dinosaur powers, and yeah, I think that's 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 10? What? Oh, wait. Oh yeah, sorry, 11. This guy has he has a mafia power, like he can make his people smaller forever. And that's the picture. Oh, but wait, this top here, I'm sorry, was cut off. We have this. 3 out of the 4 members of the original Pirate King that we heard about. We have, what's his name? Buggy the Clown, who's the captain of his own crew. Shanks, who's the captain of Red Hair Pirates. And we have Rayleigh. And the 4th member is the doctor you see when you first pass the Grand Line. He was also part of the Pirate King's crew. These guys are pretty self-explanatory because they're pretty powerful. Yeah, one more thing. 2 out of the 4 Yonkus are also in this picture. We have Whitebeard and Shanks. And yeah, Yonkus are the emperors of the New World, which we haven't made it to. Okay? Well, this is the first part to basically, so far to episode 444. These are basically the main characters of the first thing. 400, yeah, for the first 444 episodes. Actually, we can go to a couple more like Blackbeard. Oh no, we back there. Yeah, sorry. What's his name? Enel. But he's not a main character. That's the thing. If you think there's more main characters in the first 444 episodes, please tell me. But I don't think there are. I think the person who drew this pretty much touched base on that. Well, except for these guys. I don't know who those guys are. So yeah. Okay. Part 2. Now please go watch part 2.